Hey guys, I wanted to come and do my personal pause. I still have a bit of a cold and trying to get this cold out of my system. So I've been drinking my throat coat tea and been taking warm honey and cinnamon and just drinking a lot of fluids and taking my vitamin C chewable. So anyway, um, I'm going to most likely be coughing here and there, but I really wanted to make this video and get it up to you guys because I'm like, if I don't do it now, I don't know if it's going to happen soon. So, and I really didn't want to wait too much longer to do this because it's just been on my heart and mind to do it. So I'm going to do this video. I'm going to try to make it as quick and to the point as possible. So this is my personal pause for this week, and I will continue. Right now, I'm going to continue to talk about my personal weight loss, my healthy lifestyle journey, and the mental and spiritual aspect of it for me. And these are things that I noticed for myself. So I just want to put that disclaimer out. This is not about anybody else. It's about me personally and about things that I've noticed for myself. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. My husband, the other day, me and my husband were talking, and he had said, he admired how candid I am about my weight and how much I used to weigh. And as he was talking, it hit me that I will share with people a lot how much I used to weigh with no problem. And I feel the reason that I do that is because for so long I was afraid to admit how much I really weighed to myself. I mean, early in our marriage, we didn't have a scale. I avoided the scale at all costs, like many of us do, And I had in my mind a weight that I thought I was. And when I had to face the scale, when I eventually had to get on the scale, the reality was I was so far off from what I thought I was. And I was intentionally being ignorant about my weight. I knew I was big, but I was intentionally being weight, and I was intentionally being ignorant about how big I was and about avoiding the scale. And like I said, one day I had no choice. I had to get on the scale, and I can't remember what the reason was, but anyway, I had to get on the scale. And when I saw 255, I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm 5'4", so I'm not very tall. And I was so upset. I was so defeated. I was frustrated with myself. Like, it wasn't a question of how did I let this happen. I know how it happened. I was eating the wrong stuff. Sometimes eating a half a carton of ice cream, eating rolls of cookies, gummy bears and gummy worms, those things, those were my go-to, getting bags of those and just eating them. Not nearly eating any vegetables, barely drinking water, a lot of juices and sodas, and then not being active. So, like I said, it wasn't the question of, oh, how did this happen? I know how it happened. I was eating bad and I was not exercising, and I was not mentally prepared for losing weight. I mean, I had tried here and there, but I think the problem was I wasn't seeing it come off quickly. It's like, I was comparing myself to other people. You see some people lose weight, you're like, oh man, they lost it really fast. I mean, in my eyes, I'm thinking, oh, they lost it really fast. But so I'm thinking, oh, that's going to happen for me, and so you try to work out, or you try to, oh, I'm gonna stop eating these cookies, or I'm gonna stop eating this, and thinking, okay, well, the weight should start coming off. No, it's a lot more that goes into it. And I wasn't, at that time in my life, I wasn't really mentally prepared to deal with that. So of course, when like I said, I had tried losing weight, and I did lose some weight. I had lost 30 pounds. But again, because I wasn't mentally and also spiritually strong enough, that weight came back so quick, you guys. I mean, at the time when I was working, at the job I was at, it was right around the holiday seasons, and people were bringing in baked goods, and the parents were bringing us gifts and candies and stuff like that, and I was eating them. And yeah, I was still working out, but the working out could not, it was not able to keep that weight off, because I was working out. And again, I wasn't, at that time, I really wasn't as knowledgeable about how eating healthy really helps with you maintaining your weight and helping you losing your weight. So I'm thinking, oh, if I just keep working out, yeah, I can have these cookies. But I didn't realize, oh, I'm working out, and yeah, I may have burned 100 or 200 calories. Now I am replacing it with cookies and pork and stuff that is, now the calorie intake is going higher. So not only have I put back on the 100 calories or 200 calories I lost, but I'm also putting on probably another 100 calories. So that weight came back very quickly. And by the time I noticed it, I got back on the scale again. And by the time I noticed it, I was at 254. I was 1 pound away from where I originally started, which was 255. And that right there was an indicator I'm doing something wrong. And I really had to reevaluate why I was losing weight. And because when I initially started, it was, I just want to lose this weight. I just want to get it off. I don't want to go, into the rest of my 20s and then into my 30s being over 200 pounds. That was my goal. I wasn't really thinking about being healthy spiritually, healthy mentally, healthy emotionally, healthy internally. I wasn't thinking about that. I want to get this weight off. So what happened was I was praying, and as I was praying and really trying to get my mindset better towards losing weight, and going into it this time with, I can do this, and I'm going to have to find the right way to do this, and I'm going to have to stay the course on eating healthy, learning to enjoy eating healthy, because growing up, when you see everybody around you eating soul food and the sodas and stuff like that, and then when you do see somebody maybe eating healthy, sometimes that person would get picked on. Oh, you eating that stuff, that stuff don't taste good. And so, like I said, for me, I had to reevaluate. Healthy doesn't mean the food has to taste nasty. Like, I had to unlearn a lot of bad habits and misconceptions about healthy food. So, trying to remember what I was saying. So, I said I was praying. So, I thought about family members of mine that had diabetes and that had passed on, and stuff like that, and the high blood pressure. And I said, I don't want that to be me. I don't want to be a young mom that is taking insulin, that is taking high blood pressure pill for something I caused. I chose to put the wrong things in my body. And so if I were to get sick, that's my fault. And because at that time I was knowledgeable enough to know eating sugary foods, eating way more than the serving size of some of these snacks, it's not good for me. Eating pork and fried chicken and stuff that's heavy in fats. I knew at that time that's not good for me. I wasn't that naive. I wasn't that, my head in the sand. So if I were to have gotten sick, that would have been my fault, nobody else's. And so I felt conviction in my heart because I'm like, at the time I was going to church and me and my husband were, we were going to church and stuff like that. And I got convicted. I was like, I'm a hypocrite. I am a hypocrite because how can I say God is so worthy and he's awesome and this, that, and the other, but I'm steadily getting bigger. I'm still putting the wrong stuff in my body. And at that time, I believe I was reading about the fruits of the Spirit. And one of the fruits of the Spirit is temperance, which is self-control. And God wants me to have self-control. And I was not exercising self-control over what I ate. I was just, I'm going to eat it. God bless this food. This is the wrong stuff going into my body. And I was asking God to bless it. I mean, now it's different. There are some people that they don't know better. And I know that. And so the food that they eat, it may not be the best for them, but there are people in this world that just still don't know better. And so that food, it is sustaining them. But for those of us that know better, once I started knowing better, that food was not doing anything for me. And like I said, I felt like a hypocrite. I feel like, how can I be a witness to the Most High, for the Most High, saying how awesome he is and this, that, and the other, and you see me and I have an inhaler, or you see me and I'm taking insulin. I felt like I couldn't be an effective witness if I would have got to that point. And I also felt like I was shortchanging the Most High, because it's like, how can I do the things he wants me to do for my family and for those that I may come across, and I'm not in shape to do it? And so I had talked to my husband about that at that time, and, just realized I need to make a change. I really need to not be afraid to go all in on this healthy lifestyle journey, and to try to gain more knowledge and try to find foods that work with my body. Like I mentioned before, foods that fuel my body, not looking to food to make me feel good because, I had a bad day, but looking to food to nourish this body so that I can do what I need to do. And I'm kind of going back to the beginning for a moment about when my husband said he's proud of me because I share, my weight, where I used to be. This is why I can share. Yeah, I was 255. Yeah, I was 254. Because I'm not bound by fear of that number anymore. And I'm not bound by fear of not losing weight. Because I know I'm doing the right things. I know that mentally, and it is, I'm not going to lie, it still is a struggle. And more so it's a struggle up here because mentally it's like, I don't want to do this some days. But I push past that because I know it's important. And not more so important for me just to work out, but it's more important for me to eat healthy. it is more important for me to get the proper nutrition into this body. Like I'm kind of going off track for a quick moment. Like I said, yeah, I have a cold, and I've been hearing, people getting the stomach flu and this, that, and other, and that has not came to our house. None of us have gotten that, and we are just so thankful. And yet, even though I got this cold, I know it could have been 10 times worse back in the day when I was eating terrible. Because when you're eating the wrong things, and when sickness enters your body, because you don't have the proper nutrition in your body to fight for you, the sickness can last a lot longer because the fats and the sugars. And so I have not really complained about this cold, because I'm like, if this is all I have is just this cough and the mucus is coming up, this is fine. I'm still working out. I can still do what I need to do. Hold on, honey. I can still do what I need to do. Okay, hold on, honey. I can still do what I need to do, and that's because I'm putting the right things in my body to fight this cold and to give me the strength to and the energy to continue to do what I need to do. And I'm trusting in the Most High to excuse me, guys, my little one came out of his room. Go back in your room. I'll be in there. I'm trusting the Most High to also give me the strength to do what He's put before me, and that's to be a woman of God, to be a wife, and to be a mother. And so I'm thankful that I haven't had to be laid up in the bed trying to recover over this. But anyway, that was just kind of off the subject. But like I was saying, so I'm not bound by the fact that I used to be 255, 254. I'm not bound by the fact that, yeah, I lost 30 pounds one time and then gained most of it back except for 1 pound. I'm not held by that anymore. And that gives me so much freedom to share. I mean, for me, it gives me so much freedom to share. Hey, yeah, I was this weight, but these are the things that I did to change. And I'm just so happy that even 4 years after having the little one, I have not even reached near the 250s. When I had found out I was pregnant with little, I had got down to 217. That was the lowest I had been in years, you guys. The lowest I had been in years. And so, of course, once I found out I was pregnant, I was happy. But then I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned. I'm like, oh my goodness, the weight. But I even went, my mindset and my heart was so changed towards eating healthy and staying active that I said, okay, I can do this. I can be pregnant and still be fit. I stretched. I drank my water. Like I said, I stretched. I did pregnancy exercises. I walked. I walked a lot with my big guy. Sorry, guys, my little one right now. I walked a lot with my big guy. I would push him. We would walk the neighborhood, and I would push him in his wheelchair. And that kept me active. And so, what are you doing? Stop. I want to see your bell. No, not right now. So, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. So, I kept myself active. I told myself, I'm going to make a point to try to continue to eat healthy, drink my water. That way when a baby comes, I can get back into the routine. And even though it's been 4 years since he's been here, I can still say I still have not reached, I haven't even reached 240. Now I have dabbled back into like the 230s, the low 230s. But recently I've gotten back down to 227. And so, honey, please don't do that right now. And so I'm so happy about that because it's like, okay, I'm figuring out what works. Excuse me, guys. Honey, can you go take it in the hallway? Okay, I'll be done shortly. So I'm learning what is working for my body and what my body needs, and more so importantly, to remember why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I deserve a healthy lifestyle. I deserve to be healthy. My husband deserves to have a healthy wife, and that's full of vitality. And my kids deserve to have a healthy mom, an active mom. And like I said, I want to be an effective witness for the Most High. Okay, honey. I want to be an effective witness for the Most High. I want to be able to do the things that He's called me to do. And so I just want to encourage yet again anybody that is trying to lose weight, or that is still in the process of trying to pursue a healthy lifestyle. Because I just don't want to say lose weight, because it's not about just losing weight. It's about having an overall healthy lifestyle. And I believe to have that, you got to work on your mental, emotional, and spiritual areas of your life to have an overall healthy lifestyle. So I just want to encourage anybody to stay the course, to trust the process, practice self-discipline. We have to, especially in this country. We see it every day. There's not a day when we leave outside our homes we don't pass fast food restaurants. We don't pass the billboards that got the little value meals. It's not a day that doesn't go by that we don't pass people that are overweight, unhealthy. Honey, please. I'm almost done. Yes. But there's not a day where we don't see the reality of our bad eating habits and the stress of the world, the stress of work, the stress of whatever may be your stress. It's not a day that doesn't go by that where we don't see the negative effects of that. And so I encourage you to practice self-discipline, mentally deal with the barriers that may be blocking you from pursuing your healthy lifestyle. Pray, ask the Most High for help and guidance for your personal journey as far as pursuing a healthy lifestyle. So that's it for this personal pause. I will see you guys all again next time. Bye.